sun's first gleam, wings unfold so bright, whispering His grace turns darkness into light. Through the storm and shadows, find our strength anew. In His sacred shelter, hearts and souls imbue. Echoes of His promise dance on skies above, filling weary spirits with unyielding love. Guided by His mercy, hands held firm and tight, bask in endless glory, rise above the night. Seraphim sanctuary, where the weary find rest. In His boundless kindness, we are yielding love. Guided by His mercy, hands held firm and tight, bask in endless glory, rise above the night, the night. Sheltered in His presence, troubles fade away. With His love enduring, find the strength to stay. Faithful hearts united in His holy name. On the path of light we walk, where His blessings reign. Through the fires and trials, rise as one with grace. In His endless mercy, find a sacred place. Every step we travel, carried by His hand, in the heart of sanctuary, eternally we'll stand. Seraphim's sanctuary, where the weary find rest. In His boundless kindness, we are truly blessed. Voices lift in harmony, praising heaven's King. In the warmth of His embrace, eternal hope we sing. Oh, we sing. In the still of night I find a warmth that fills this heart of mine. Grace like whispers soft and kind, a touch divine from love's design. His mercy flows like gentle streams. On weary souls He plants new dreams. In darkest hours His light redeems, a constant love that always beams. Heaven's quiet embrace, in every tear and shining face, touch of peace in sacred space. God's grace endures through time and place. Through trials and storms I walk unbound, with faith so strong and spirit proud. A promise kept beyond the clouds. His love a song sung clear and loud. When shadows fall and fears arise, I see the truth within his eyes. A love that never once denies. The power to renew and rise. Heaven's quiet embrace, in every tear and shining face, a touch of peace in sacred space. God's grace endures through time and place. Under the sky so wide we stand, heaven's grace in every hand. Feel the earth breathe with the sand. We're cradled here in God's own land. Mountains echo in silent praise, trees whisper in sacred ways. Each sunrise a divine phase. This grace lights our darkest days. Hallelujah, we sing with might. In his love we find the light. Through the valleys and the night, his embrace holds us tight. Rivers run with endless hope. Faith lifts us just like a rope. Through the trials we will cope in his mercy's grand scope. Fields of gold and skies of blue, every dawn makes us anew. With each heartbeat we pursue God's love deep and true. Hallelujah, we sing with might. In his love we find the light. Through the valleys and the night, his embrace holds us tight. Roads of gold and skies of blue. Every dawn makes us anew. With each heartbeat we pursue God's love deep and true. In the valley of quiet grace, I find my peace, where the worries of the world simply cease. Under the sky so wide, with its endless space, I feel His love, I'm in His embrace. Walking the pathway with a hopeful heart, I know He's with me right from the start. In every whisper of the wind I hear His voice. In this sacred stillness I rejoice. Oh, the valley of quiet grace I adore. His love shines brighter forevermore. With every step I take, I'm never alone. In His gentle arms I found my home. Mountains may rise and rivers may bend, but in this valley, His love won't end. Through the trials and the storms I face, I rest secure in His sweet embrace. Light of heaven guides my every way, through the night and the break of day. Every shadow fades with His warm embrace. In the valley of divine grace. Oh, the valley of quiet grace I adore. His love shines brighter forevermore. With every step I take, I'm never alone. In His gentle arms I found my home. In the morning light I rise again. Grace like gentle rain wash away my sin. Every breath I take feels like a new start. God's love is a fire burning in my heart. When the shadows fall, I'm not afraid. In the darkest hour I find my faith. Every valley low He carries me through. With With every step I feel His love so true. Oh, believers, blessing falling from above, a river strong and endless, flowing with His love. In the quiet moments, His grace I find, wrapped in the arms of a promise so divine. He is my shelter, my soul's sweet song. In His embrace I find a peace so deep, His whisper in the silence as I sleep. Through every storm He leads the way. In every tear I find His grace. Hands open wide, I lift my voice. In His endless love I will rejoice. Oh, believers, blessing falling from above, a river strong and endless, flowing with His love. In the quiet moments, His grace I find, wrapped in the arms of a promise so divine. In the golden hour light I see Your smile, grace abounding mile by mile. Whispers of heaven in the breeze, Your love sets my soul at ease. Every step on this winding path, I feel Your mercy guiding back. When the shadows fall and fears arise, in Your grace I find my sky. Golden hour, grace upon my face. In Your love I find my place. Through the storm I feel Your embrace. Your grace shines through every space. When my heart is heavy and worn thin, Your Spirit soothes the ache within. Each moment filled with boundless cheer, I know my Savior's always near. In the stillness of the dawn's sweet glow, Your tender mercy's all I know. Let my voice rise up in praise for the gift of Your endless grace. In the His holy shadow I find rest. Through trials and tests I'm truly blessed. He lifts me high above the sorrow. He gives me hope for each tomorrow. When the darkness covers my way, in His grace I find my stay. He holds me tight through storm and strife. In His holy love I find my life. In His holy shadow I am whole. He revives my weary soul. With every prayer and every hymn, in His light I walk with Him. His whispers calm my anxious heart. He mends the pieces torn apart. Under His wing I safely hide, with His love as my guiding light. No mountain high, no valley low can shake the faith that makes me glow. In His holy shadow I am found. At His feet my joy is crowned. In His holy shadow I am home. He revives my weary soul. With every prayer and every hymn, in His light I walk with Him. In His holy shadow I am whole. He revives my weary soul. With every prayer and every hymn, in His light I walk with Him. In His holy shadow I am whole. He revives my weary soul. With every prayer and every hymn, in His light I walk with Him. In the shadows I was lost and so alone, wandering the dark, heart heavy as a stone. Then a light broke through the night so pure and clear, guiding me with grace, casting out all fear. Light of the Redeemer shining in my soul, washing over me, making me whole. In His presence I feel love without end, grace falling like rain, my soul to mend. When the storms of life come crashing to the shore, with a tender touch He lifts me evermore. In His arms I find my strength, my peace, my home. Through the darkest night, with Him I'll never roam. Oh, light of the Redeemer shining in my like rain, my soul. In every trial, in every tear, His light never fades, it's always near. Through every valley and every climb, His grace is my song forever in time. The light of the Redeemer shining in my soul, washing over me, making me whole. In His presence I feel love without end, grace falling like rain, my soul to mend.
In the stillness of the dawn so bright, I feel the warmth of morning light. God's grace is whispering through the air. In every moment He is there. Hallowed horizons stretch so wide, with every step He's by my side. Grace like a river flows so free, in His embrace is where I'll be. Through the trials and the pain we face, we find the strength in His embrace. With every tear that falls we see the boundless love that sets us free. When shadows grow and nights are long, His light will guide us, make us strong. With hearts uplifted we will sing praise to the everlasting King. Hallowed horizons stretch so wide, with every step He's by my side. Grace like a river flows so free, in His embrace is where I'll be, where I'll be, where I'll be. In fields of gold and skies of blue, we see His wonder shining through. With every breath and every sigh, we know His love will never die. In fields of gold and skies of blue, we see His wonder shining through. With every breath and every sigh, we know His love will never die.
In the quiet of this country, where the night is calm and still, there's a whisper in the willows, it's the good Lord's loving will. With the stars as our cathedral and the moonlight as our guide, in this peaceful sacred silence we feel heaven's arms wide. Oh, God's grace is ever boundless, like the river's endless flow. faith that never falters, we are held by His embrace. In the quiet country requiem, we find solace in His grace. Beneath the ancient oak tree, where the shadows softly lay, we gather round in reverence to bow our heads and pray. Through the trials and the heartache and the joy we find anew, we feel the Spirit's presence as His light comes shining through. Oh, God's grace is ever boundless, like the river's endless flow. In our hearts, His love is endless, through the highs and through the lows. With a faith that never falters, we are held by His embrace. In the quiet country requiem, we find solace in His grace. In the quiet we remember all the blessings we've received, and the angels sing with us as we find strength to believe. The path may get rocky, but His light will lead us on. With the dawn of every morning, a new day's hope is drawn. Oh, God's grace is ever boundless, like the river's endless flow. In our hearts, His love is endless, through the highs and through the lows. With a faith that never falters, we are held by His embrace. In the quiet country requiem, we find solace in His grace.